Hi Cubies, here's Alexandra and welcome to another video. In this video expose, I will talk about the different levels of painting standards and once and for all to define them for the entire community. And I hope it will stick. Well, it is a loose term nowadays, and it always was. Propainted, tabletop standard, display quality, battle ready. How are they all fitting together, and what are they supposed to be? Well, let's rank them one by one. The first rank is rank 0, that is obviously the unpainted miniature. It is just primed and placed on the tabletop just like that, or even unprimed. Ta-da! Here, level 0 miniature. Okay. Then level 1. Level 1 is the worst possible paint job imaginable, and is called Propainted. Propainted miniatures are often found on YouTube and on eBay, and you can determine them by that. Horrible, awful paint job. Colors splattered everywhere. Paint too thick. Details missing or covered with too much paint. Basically a paint job from a 5-year-old. So here I tried to emulate one. Here something strange glued on top of the miniature. The paint job not really applied correctly. Too thick paint, and basically a horrible, horrible job. Or just prime and then one layer of contrast paint. Ta-da! Pro-painted. Well done. This is the worst possible paint job that you can have. Number 2. The tabletop standard. Much talked about. The 3 paints missed. 3 paints applied correctly with little to no overspill. Base color, weapons, metallic, skin color. Nowadays, basic contrast paint job. Base blank. Here we have an example for that. This is a miniature entirely painted with contrast paints. Basic paint job. Done, and ta-da. So this is tabletop standard. Then we have the from Games Workshop introduced battle ready standard. Number 3. All parts of the model are painted with the appropriate base color. Accurate paint job with no overspill. Shadows applied with a wash and or contrast paints. Base with a simple painted sand base coat. Here we have an example for that. Just imagine the sword would be in one solid color. And then you have a battle ready miniature. Red skin, just one coat of dark wash over it, and the sand base. Yeah, that is battle ready. So, number 4, the Hobbyist standard. From battle ready standard plus some highlights added with simple techniques like edge highlighting, dry brushing or layering, based with additional details like grass tufts, snow effects and so on. Here we have a Hobbyist standard. As you can see, I've painted him a little bit with contrast paints, like for example the skin and also his trousers. But I have also added some highlights to the skin, a little bit dry brushing here on the fur, some metal parts with wash and dry brushed. Yeah, and the base a little bit of snow effect added. Yeah, that is the Hobbyist standard. Number 4. So, then we come to number 5, the serious Hobbyist standard. The Hobbyist standard taken to much higher level. Smoother blendings in the highlights with wet blending, airbrush, glazing or other experimental techniques. Base can look like a model itself with much more details and effects. As we can see here. We have smooth blendings in the highlights. We have techniques like rust and stuff applied, edge highlights to the black areas. The base is intricate. The base itself is done with special effects like snow effect and so on. Yeah, that is the serious Hobbyist standard. Number 6, showcase standard. Experimental and/or artistic approach to the model, non-metallic metal, object source lighting, weathering, and other real high-end techniques applied. The model itself starts to look like a part of art, like a piece of art. Base is specially made for the model, sometimes even with its own diorama plinth. So this is the closest I have here for a showcase standard miniature. Basically, it is still a serious hobbyist standard, to a little bit, almost to a showcase standard. I have applied some weathering here and there, and the blending on the skin is much more intricate than normally. Also, the base is really well done, and yeah, this is as close as I can get to this standard. And then we have the number 7, the creme de la creme, the competition level. Take number 6 and make it even more impressive. Basically, every model with whichever won a crystal brush / golden demon, a flawless masterpiece. Well, there you have it. Those are the paint standards, and well, I hope you like this little approach from me to define them, and maybe you can give me your 2 cents down there in the doobly-doo. And or in my Discord server, please join there. We have a lot of fun. Share your work there, and get in touch with all the other community members. Until then, you're Alexandra. See you.